Hey guys, Dr. Galyardt here at the Functional Medicine Center, and I want to go over something that it's a little bit more technical today, and I hope everybody sticks with me on this, but it's a really important point because so many people out there are dealing with thyroid issues, and they're dealing with, oh my gosh, I need more thyroid hormone, I need to stimulate my thyroid, I need iodine, I need selenium, different things to jumpstart the thyroid. Or they're like, oh my gosh, do I have Hashimoto's? Is it autoimmune going on to the thyroid? What's actually going on? But one of the top 3 things that we see going on with the thyroid is actually plenty of T4, plenty of thyroid hormone, but we're actually not converting that T4 to the T3. So what happens is we're making enough, we're producing enough thyroid hormone, or even somebody's taking external thyroid, levothyroxine, Synthroid, things like that, but they're not converting. So on the board here, ultimately, T3 is our good usable form of thyroid hormone. And the body, the pituitary, tells the thyroid to kick out T3 and T4. This is via TSH. A lot of people see TSH as a thyroid hormone, but it's actually a pituitary hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone. So basically it's the jockey whipping the horse to go faster or slower. So TSH, a lot of people go to their doctor and all they do is look at TSH for that answer of whether they need more thyroid hormone or less thyroid hormone, but all that gives us is what the pituitary is telling us to do. So the thyroid then, once it's stimulated, it kicks out T3 and T4. Most of that is in the form of T4. Again, T4 has to be converted to T3 to be used. 93% of our thyroid hormone that's produced from the thyroid is T4, and only 7% is that usable T3. So what happens then, we transport it around the body, it gets transformed from T4 to T3 in places like the liver, in the gut, in a bunch of different areas that we need to be working as well as possible to convert from that T4 to T3. So a lot of times what we see when we run T3 and T4 is we see plenty of T4, and maybe somebody's making enough themselves, or they're taking external thyroid and they have plenty of T4, and yet their T3 is at that low end. And so this is a conversion issue, underconversion. And again, that's usually in the liver and the gut, where we have to put a lot of work into helping that conversion from T4 to T3. So there's specific numbers, specific scenarios that we're looking for in this situation. So it's not just a simple, oh, you need to stimulate the thyroid more. I like to look at it kind of as a beaver dam. And if this is our dam, we have plenty of T4 here, and we have a small amount of T3 coming out at the bottom of that dam. And so we have lots of T4, and if somebody adds more T4, you basically are going to build that dam up higher, and then you have more T4 but the same amount of T3 at the bottom. So we have to make sure that that thyroid is producing enough, but we have to make sure the body is converting as well as it should. And this is the case where a lot of time doctors will prescribe a T3, which is going to be a Cytomel, instead of figuring out the why, which is that functional medicine approach. Why is the body going haywire? Why are we not converting from T4 to T3? And instead, they just say, oh, you need T3 thyroid hormone, and that's going to fix everything. So again, this was a little bit more on the technical side. If you have any questions at all, if you want to drop us a line, share this with anybody that's got thyroid issues, because it may not just be as simple for them as that they have low thyroid, but they need to know if they have this underconversion going on. So share with anybody you know, that anybody that could use this information. And if you have any questions at all, drop us a line.